All right, hello once again, Jeff Scott from Jeff Teaches Programming. In the last video, what I did was I created this console program where we generate 25 random test scores between 0 and 100. We display them. Then we show them in ascending order. Then we show them in descending order. We show the lowest score, the highest score, the sum of all scores, and the average score. Now, if you look, we're actually doing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 different things here. All right, now we can keep doing it and doing it. Well, what I want to do is I want to do that again, but I want to do that as a GUI application. And I'm actually going to show you, I've done it already, so what it's going to look like. And I'm going to modify it a little bit, but just so you know. So this is going to be what's called a list box. This is going to list all 25 of our numbers. Over here, I'm going to add a help button as well. We're going to have 14 buttons. A button that'll show the original array in the original order. Ascending and descending, I'm going to put those in here and here and here. Smallest and largest, I'm going to put here and here. I'm going to allow you to search to either using a C# search or a Visual Basic search. We'll talk about what that is in a bit. All right. A range and a medium button. A sum and a clear button. Or actually a sum and an average button. Then a clear and an exit button. So I'm going to, this is okay the way it is, but I'm going to take the buttons and put them in a little better order than they are right now. Now, I tried to do this earlier, but for some reason it got hung up and it didn't like what I was doing. So I'm going to try to start all over again. I'm going to go to my solution. I'm going to right mouse click and choose Add New Project. And it will be a Windows Forms app. And I'm going to call this one ArrayDemoGUIV01. Now I might get an error. And the reason I'm getting the error is I did have that project before. So let me do this. Let me close this and this. And literally just remove it from here. So I've got any instance of that ArrayDemoGUI, which is all screwed up. I'm just going to get rid of it. There. Now, hopefully, that got rid of it. Let's see if we can create it now with that name or not. And if I can't, I'll just give it a different name. So add, new project, Windows Forms app, ArrayGUI. It's ArrayDemoGUI, ArrayDemoGUIV01. Now it took it. Now hopefully that'll be okay. All right, this is going to have to be quite a bit thinner, so about like that should work. And like this, I'm going to get it all the way down. In fact, let's remove this for now, and we'll remove this just so we've got a little bit more room. Okay, I'm going to put that down at the very bottom, and this may still be a little bit too. It may still need to be a little bit wider. So let me come in here and create what's called a list box. And what that's going to do is that's going to list out our 25 numbers in here. That's the idea behind that list box. All right. And then we're going to have 14 buttons. So I'm going to create a button here, size it. Looks about what I'd like, and then start copying it. All right, we'll see if we can start moving these in here if this works. Again, I might have to do a little bit of maneuvering around, but that's no biggie. I'm doing this by hand. There are ways that you can do this and lay it out where it's perfectly laid out and everything is exactly the same distance apart from everything else. I've never even worked with that stuff, so I'm not the one. If you want to know about how to do that, I wouldn't be the one to ask. All right. And we got that. Now, not bad right now. But I do think I can, push this down a little bit more and make some more room here. In other words, I can have a little bit more room between these things than I have right now. This is all just playing with aesthetics. If you think that's a waste of your time, let me just tell you that if you were working on this for somebody and actually creating an app for someone, they wouldn't consider aesthetics to be a waste of time at all. That might be one of the more important things to them. You never know. All right, let's move these up. These up. Looks pretty good. And we'll move these up. These look like they could be moved up a little. That isn't too bad. I won't have it perfectly lined up with the bottom. I think that's not bad the way it is. So let's do a few things here. All right. Let's change the text on the form. In fact, let's change the start position. We'll make it center screen. Okay, that's a start. Let's change the text on the form to ArrayGUI demo. We'll say version 01. Let's change the background color, which stinks right now because it's the default control color. And we'll make it fuchsia, whatever that is. All right, let's lock everything. Let's lock our controls. Let's change the size of the buttons here, the button text. Let's make it let's try it like, well, I don't know if 14 will be too big or not. Let's make it bold and 12. See what that looks like. That's not too bad. In fact, we can even do this. Let's unlock this. Maybe we'll have enough room here and here, like that. And then we'll relock it. All right. So let's start renaming these things. We can start actually with the form, but let's just leave it at form 1. I haven't really been doing much in renaming forms, but let's come in here and let's do the list box. These are going to again be test scores, so we'll call this LST test scores. You can see it does show what you have in there. So this first button will be BTN original. It's going to show them the array in original order. All right, the next one, we'll just make this a help button. So it'll be BTN help. Let's go down to the very bottom and we're going to make this clear. And it'll have the text of clear. And the next one will be exit. And with BTN exit. We still have 10 more buttons to rename here. So we'll call these ascending and descending, but we'll call the buttons BTN ascending and BTN descending. There's ascending. Well, it looks like it needs to be a little wider. You can fix that in a minute. That's not a big thing. All right, let's do that right away, though. We'll have to unlock. Again, we're going to make these just a little bit wider. There we go. We'll move that over so it looks a little nicer as well. Okay. We'll lock the controls back up. All right. We'll have smallest and largest next. I'm going to stop this for the clock just for a second. All right, so that is BTN smallest. This will be, of course, then BTN largest. All right. We need sum and average. Whoopsie, should have moved it. That's still sum. Just do these in the right order. BTN sum. This again will be average. Now we're going to add range and median in here. Range will be the difference between the largest number and the smallest number in the array. So if the largest number was 100 and the smallest number was 6, the range would be 94, 100 minus 6. So this is going to be BTN range. And not only are we going to put a range in here, we're going to put a median in here as well. And the median is basically the one in the middle. So we will sort this into ascending order and then pick out the one that has 12 above it and 12 below it, for lack of better words. Still, what is this? This should be now BTN range. All right, this one again will be BTN median. The other thing we're going to allow you to do is search. And I'm going to show you two different ways of searching. We're going to search either using C#. So this is going to say C# search. And you can't put a pound sign in a name here. Notice if I try to do that, if I say BTN C# search, it gives me an error. So it says you can't do that. So we're going to do BTN CSHARP search. And this one here will be a Visual Basic search. So we'll call this button BTN VB search. All right, and we'll put the text in here as VB space search. Now, our interface is done. Okay, we do have it so that it's going to show in the middle here. We can set accept and cancel buttons. We don't have to. I'm not sure exactly what I'd even set here, but let's just come up with something. So the accept button, we'll just say the BTN original. How's that? And the cancel button, that'll clear. Okay, those may not be the best ones, but you could always change that if you wanted to. All right, now let's double check here. So I'm going to check and make sure I renamed everything and I didn't miss anything. Well, the form isn't renamed, but it looks like everything else is. All right, so let's save this and let's run it. It's not going to do a flaming thing right now, but plus we have to change our startup project. All right. So that's what it's going to look like when it runs. We could, and maybe we will, I don't know, but we could add menu options to this also, but I'm not worried about that right now. All right, well, one thing I am going to do is for each of these buttons, I'm going to do them in order. So the original here, I'm going to call this show array in original order. Now, I'll get an error because there's nothing called that. So let's put it right below here. Okay, so you got that. Oh, that should go away now. Oops, private void. Then it'll go away. There we go. So there's the first one. Again, it won't do anything yet, and that's okay. So if I shouldn't have run it, but if I run it and I click the button, nothing will happen. That's all right. All right, so we've got that first one done. There's the start. And next will be help. And we'll call this show help screen. All right, and we'll put that right below. This one, let's put something in there. So let's put in a message box. Message box dot show. Of course, I'm spelling it wrong. And the message we'll put in here is something like, in fact, let's do it like this. I'm going to, not cheat, but I'm going to show you an easier way to do this. I'm going to put in here a string, and it's going to be called MSG, and we'll set that equal to this program, but this GUI program. This GUI program will let the user input 20 will generate 25 random numbers. \n. And then we're just going to keep adding to this. So MSG plus equal the user will be shown 14 different buttons to do the following. All right, whoops, sorry about that. MSG plus equal original. This button will display the array in original order. We want to do them in the right order too. So we've got what here? We've got an original and help, ascending, descending. G plus equal help. This button will display the program help screen. Ascending. This button will display the array in ascending order. I've got a feeling what's going to happen with this, but it's going to be real funky because when you set up a message box, I'm going to cut this down. So this GUI program generates 25 random numbers. The user is shown the following 14 different buttons. Original, this button display, gravy, This button displays the array in original order. Help, this button displays the help screen. Ascending, this button displays the array in ascending order. Descending, this button displays the array in descending order. So what is that? That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, 4. Original help, ascending, descending. Smallest, largest, sum, average. So we've got smallest, largest, sum and average. What am I missing? I must have removed one. Yep, I removed largest. That's great, Jeff. So, smallest, largest, sum, and average. All right, this button displays the program help screen, displays array in ascending order, displays array in descending order, smallest array element, largest array element, sum of all array elements, average of all array elements. We're getting there. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 6. All right, so after sum and average, well, I know at the bottom. Then exit. This button lets the user exit the program. There's clear. And this button clears the list box and 25 new numbers. All right, what am I missing? Sum, average, range and medium. This button displays, would you say, the array range. This button displays the array median. And we've got our searches. C# search. This button allows a C# array element search and VB search. This button allows a VB array element search. Remember, again, VB stands for Visual Basic. All right, so now I've got that. So now I'm going to come down here and put in here, just say message. And we'll say program button description. And this will be an OK button. So I got that. So buttons.OK, and this is just information. So it'll be message box icon dot information. All right, let's see if that works. So file, save all. Again, it might be jumbled all over the screen. Now, if it is, I'll fix it up. There it is. And actually, that's not bad. I should put another blank line after each one of them. I think I'll do that. And then we'll really get going. Now, again, before I stop, and we are at 26 minutes, so it's a pretty good stoppage point. This will show the array elements in here in original order. This will show all the elements in ascending order. This will show all the elements in descending order. This will show the largest element. We'll put that into another message box. Same with this one with the largest element. Same with this one with the sum. Same with this one with the average. Same with this one with the range, and this one with the medium. Here, this was going to bring up basically an input box. It's going to say search for a number. In both of these, we'll say search for a number in the array. We will first put the array in ascending order, and then it'll allow you to search to see if it's in there or not. Clear will both clear the list box and provide 25 new numbers, and exit will allow us to exit the program. All right. So, like I said, let's just change all these to, let's hit another \n here. Might as well copy that down. I'm nothing if not transparent, so you get to see everything that I'm doing here. I don't think I need one before the last one here. So right now, the only thing that works is help. Okay, so you can see that. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. All 14 are in there. All right. Okay, so when I come back, and what I might do is just go grab one of the earlier programs that I had here. So let's do this. Let's go in here just so you see it. Let's grab first. I don't like first GUI app. That'll work. The fourth iteration via my GUI app. And should be form1.cs. I'm looking for that exit program or not. So that's what I want here. So let's just copy all that. I'm just copying my own code. It's not like I'm cheating really or anything. All right, let's go back in here just so we have that working too before we do go on. Whoop. And we're just about at 30 minutes. So again, I want to stop here. So oh, I guess I have to first click all the other buttons. So we've got original, right? Yes, we've got help. Good. Now we've got ascending. There's descending. There's smallest. There's largest. There is sum. There is average. There is range. There is median. There is C# search. There is VB search. There is clear. Finally, there is exit. I'm going to remove that last curly here. Paste this in. Oops, somehow I lost a curly. My own fault there. All right, let's make sure that now the exit button works. So right now we only have two working buttons, help and exit. Say no, exit yes. I'll see you with part 2 of this shortly.